Oh, good morning.
Simon domain La Tasque, and I just need to turn it round so we can go in. Stop a minute, Simon. Stop, because I need to turn it round. Sorry, I'm being really stupid here. Turn it round. Right, there we go. And you go sort of, I'll see you the view from the vineyard car.
Put it above the windscreen so you might get less reflection.
I think it's okay, actually.
Oh, okay.
Good morning. It's Juliet and Simon at domain La Tasque. Just driving up to the vineyard on the right there, that's heading towards the Med, Narbonne and La Clappe.
In our little trusty mini moke.
Yes, it's a little mini moke, built in 1966. Yeah.
Good year, 66.
Good year, 66, yeah.
Isn't that beautiful over there?
You can see the new windmills, the new Aeolian that's being built.
So anyway, here we are.
Right, here's the vineyard. So these are our vineyards in Bise at La Bouade. So this is Carignan Blanc.
Oh, there's some nice grapes over there.
Yeah, that was planted in 2021. We planted them by hand with our friends David and Rowena. It was hard work. Yeah, a few grapes off these, but we won't get much of a crop.
Well, because these are a year behind everything else. Yeah.
Exactly. So then we go here to Tempranillo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can see. That's Veraison. In fact, Veraison is complete. Yeah.
Quite advanced. Yeah, Veraison means they've turned black, gone from green.
Yeah.
To black.
Oh, you can see there's a nice little bunch of the series down there. Yeah, just there. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's another one, really chargé. So.
And then there's Grenache Blanc.
Yeah, that's Grenache Blanc. There's some nice ones there.
You can see some green grapes there, some white grapes rather. And finally, it's a little of all different varieties.
Yeah, there you
can
see some. Yeah.
Some Sunstone, which is a red grape, which often goes into rosé, and that's just the grapes are just changing colour.
Yeah.
But we're going to get out at our
Well, you can see it up there.
at our Ascetico vineyard. We're going to start there because you get the nice view up past the Syrah, which is established, and
Which is looking very good actually. Got some lots of growth on there, lots of grapes on there, and looking remarkably weed free.
yes, very weed free.
Yeah. So here's the Ascetico.
Where are you going?
I know. I'm going to stop there.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a small car, but it's not that small.
Yes. Okay. So we are we are in the Ascetico vineyard, which was planted in 2020, looking over towards Narbonne and the sea. So it's the beginning of August. We're not harvesting yet, but we're beginning to think about harvesting and
You'll be on camera.
planning for harvest. So what we're doing now is just looking to see how many grapes we've got and to think how the ripeness is coming along. They're not ripe yet. This vineyard we harvested on the 26th of August last year, and we're the 5th today.
Yeah.
So if it's the same as last year, or let's within a few days of it, we've got a little bit of time to go. But at the moment, we're just sort of looking at these bunches and how they're coming on. So
nice, yeah.
those look good. Now, veraison is when the grapes change colour and become softer from hard little peas almost, and get gradually softer. So these, it's more difficult to tell with white grapes.
Oh, you can definitely feel the
but they are getting soft. But if I taste one, it's pretty sour.
But you have to clean your teeth as well.
Yeah, it's just about edible. But yeah, it's not nearly ripe. This thing here checks the sugar. It's actually a bit early to check the sugar, but I'll just do it as a bit of a... And you don't just do it with one grape, you usually take a selection and then to get an average ripeness. But that's saying 9.5. So if all the vineyard was at 9.5, you fermented the grapes, the grape juice, it would end up at 9.5% alcohol. So this vineyard, typically it would be at like 13% alcohol. So we've got a bit of a time to go, but the flavour isn't really nearly there.
Is it 1 degree a week or something?
Yeah, I think it's more than that with Estatico. Estatico
Right.
is a great variety. From our limited experience of it, because we've only made one vintage from it so far, you need to really watch it because it's nearly ripe. You can't sort of say, oh, it's nearly ripe, so I'll go and check it again in a week. It's like 2 days later, the sugars can really rock it up. So, and the flavours can change quite dramatically. It seems to be a great variety that changes. So you need to really survey it once it's sort of getting to ripeness. You need to check it.
Well, should we wander down to the Grenache? Yeah, I mean, these were coming down one of the... But there's quite a lot of difference in... Oh, gosh, there's loads of grapes there. But there's quite a lot of difference in the vigour of across this vineyard. So, and it's to do probably with the depth of soil, because we've got the hill just here, and that means there's probably rocks underneath. So next to the edges, it's slightly less developed. Whereas if you look at this here, it's really quite vigorous.
Yes, there are loads of bunches on there.
Yeah.
And look at on there.
Actually, it's difficult to see from this distance because of the sunshine.
But they're all looking really healthy. It all looks fabulous. So you did a good job.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you, darling. But actually, looking down the road, because we've had so little rain, the weeds have really not come back.
Now in the vineyard, there's not a lot to do. We wait. You've done all the hard work.
I've done all the vineyard work.
has kept the weeds down, done all the treatments against fungal disease to keep the grapes healthy. You know, positioned the canopy of the leaves in the wires, etc., etc. So that is all done. Elsa did a great job with this, and this is so the grapes are looking good.
Ooh, look at those.
There we go, lovely.
Yeah.
These will gradually get a little bit more sort of golden in colour as they ripen as well. So we're waiting. We're beginning to assess the ripeness, beginning to count grapes. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's that?
No, just look at that. That's beautiful.
That is a beautiful bunch, isn't it? So when I'm now starting to think about in the winery, okay, roughly what are we going to pick when, how much are we going to pick, what tank do I put it in, do we have enough cooling equipment for the white wine, etc. So we will, this week, we need to come and start counting bunches, not every single one, but getting an approximate of how many bunches we think there are per vine, and then multiplying it to give the tonnage and then the eventual yield of juice. So what tank?
Tonnage, that's optimistic.
Oh, well, okay, well, fraction of tonnage maybe. Yeah.
So anyway, so here we're just going to look at the Grenache Green X, which is this section here. So this is, we call this the point for obvious reasons. It's the very pointy bit at the corner of our vineyard. It's an absolute pain to work because 23 very short rows. But anyway, hey ho. So
maybe we should have planted them in the other direction.
Well, possibly. Possibly.
Okay.
Right, okay.
So let's find a nice...
Can you do it on the left if possible, just because of where the sun is?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
There we go. So this...
Well, they've got that lovely pinkness to them.
Yeah, well, this is Grenache Gris, so cold because, well, it goes sort of grey, pinky colour. You can just see it's... Yeah, there's one there that's more pronounced. So all the grapes pretty much will go that colour as they ripen. So again, this is going through veraison and gradually getting that colour. And I think we will probably be harvesting this variety first before the Estetico. But I think it is, so we didn't get a harvest off this last year.
No, because we took all the grapes off because we were looking for development of roots.
Yeah. Oh, goodness, look at that. All those ones there.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the first harvest we've made from Grenache Gris. I'd like to be able to set, it's going to harvest first, so we have to work out how many grapes, when we're going to, how we're going to make it, what tank we're going to put it in. And hopefully Grenache Gris can give a lovely sort of aroma and a right sort of broadness mid-palate as well. So whether we will eventually develop it, blend it with the Estetico or with the Bourblanc, we'll have to see. Haven't decided yet, rather depends on the quantities. But this looks really, really healthy. We've had a little bit of this on the grapes, which doesn't look very attractive. It's just in this vineyard and the red Grenache vineyard, and it's actually phylloxera, but it's not the same phylloxera that decimates, that wiped out all the vineyards. So we don't need to worry about it. But it's just like a sort of case of chicken pox, really.
Well, interestingly, the vineyards that were affected last year are a lot less affected this year. So maybe it is like chicken pox. I don't know.
I don't know. It's spread it. You know, they've all had a party.
Yeah,
and got the and the kids have all got it. But yes, it's nothing to worry about, and you can't do anything about it anyway.
But it's still growing. I mean, if you look at
yes, that's new growth.
That's new growth at the end there.
Which, considering it is beginning of August, to still be growing, that's pretty good.
That's very encouraging.
Because at this time of year, usually you start to get, so the leaves start to get a little bit of crispy, particularly as it's hot, and it has been up to about 36, 37 degrees here this past week, and it's going to be that again this week.
It's going to be 40 degrees today, yeah.
Yes, nearly 40. We haven't actually had any days over 40 degrees this year, have we?
I mean, well, it depends whether when you look in the car, it says 40 degrees, but the
yes,
yeah.
So, but that's normal for this time of year, and then I think the week after it will cool down a bit. So, what will the quality of the harvest be like? At the moment, it looks really encouraging, but as farmers, you'll never commit yourself to saying it'll be a fabulous harvest until the grapes are in, because anything could happen. You don't know. It's real wildfire season here at the moment. We're at a high risk of fire in this département of the Aude because it's been windy and very dry. So there could be fire, there could be storms and hail. Yeah. All these things that farmers are terrified of, but cannot ultimately.
We'll tell you what the vintage like is, what it's like once it's in the bottle.
Yeah. There's actually, there's a good crop on here.
There's good crop. So
I did an assessment of this a couple of days ago, and I reckon there's average about 3 bunches per vine.
Yeah.
Much more on some with hardly any, but so we need to do the maths on that.
So how much further do you want to go?
I think we just walk up to where the Bourblanc and the Syrah are.
Okay.
And then, oh, look at that. That's a pretty colour. They're such pretty grapes, aren't they? So pretty.
You should paint our kitchen that colour.
Well, actually, that's a thought. I'm sure Farrow and Ball do a Grenache Gris colour. I think maybe they should.
Maybe they should.
Yeah. So today's the 5th of August. I think from the 15th we need to be looking at that vineyard, Grenache Gris, and harvesting it.
So here we go. Here's some Bourblanc.
Yes, the Bourblanc is.
Well, it's like last year. It's quite the berries are quite small.
Very small. That will harvest later, a little bit later.
But
although there's a small crop on it, so if it's a young vines, they have a very small crop. Even if it's a later variety, they often pick them a bit earlier because there's just such a small crop load to ripen. We need to. It's quite a big vineyard. We need to walk through here this week rather than just think about how many grapes there are, because there are some with very little.
It's very regional, isn't it?
Yeah, regional, and some with quite a lot, but it's not a big yield. Localised, yes. And let's just finish with the Syrah. So these vines are older. You can see they're older. They've got thicker trunks, And this has gone through veraison completely, pretty much. You find the veraison, meaning it's all changed to black grapes, no more green grapes. I'm going to try one of these. It's already a bit of a softness to this.
I suspect it's quite tart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not.
But look at over
not
there,
disgustingly tart.
sort of great little sort of row of grapes over there. Grap.
Yeah. This no, I think this looks.
No,
These look good. This goes into the base of our Appia, which we blend it with Carignan, a little bit of Grenache, because it gives really aromatic, softly fruity flavours, quite accessible.
Partly because of the, I mean, this is our sunniest vineyard here, because obviously, let me just show you, turn around, that's due south, and so we get all of the heat on here.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I think it's looking good.
Yeah.
We've still got a way to go. So we're going to start assessing planning for harvest this week. We won't be here next Monday, but then the Monday after that we will do a Lundi live, which is the 19th of August, I think.
Well,
I haven't
5
quite
plus
worked it out,
14,
16th, so maybe it's the 20th. And so we will be on the cusp of harvest, if not already having harvested something. So see you back then.
Okay, bye.
Bye.